Hey guys, Fishy here, and it's time for another live troll hunt. And while we get set up, while things are about to start cooking, I'm going to make sure that the picture's live, that we are actually, we are actually out there broadcasting over Facebook. I suppose that would be how we would say it. And I'm checking the phone to make sure I can watch your comments as they come in. And we have so much to cover tonight. We have so much to do. So strap in. We are going to have quite a busy night. The first thing that I wanted to tell you about is that Janet Hartleben got in touch with us today and told us about this. New York Times is saying, if you see disinformation ahead of the midterms, we want to hear from you. And so they are actively recruiting people to go and look through their Facebook, their Twitter, Instagram, different places. If they see something on YouTube or in text messages, this sort of thing, what we're looking for. And it's got these are examples. These aren't the comprehensive list of things that they are looking for, but this is the idea. A Facebook account that's spreading false information about a candidate. A Twitter post attempting to confuse voters by sharing false information about the process, like where or maybe the voter ID requirements or the wrong day. Maybe a YouTube channel or Instagram account that doctored, selectively edited videos, something like that. It all has to be candidate, campaign, and election related. But all of it is what they're looking for. If you see anything, but it says state, local, national, whatever. And then digital campaign ads. If there's something that you see that's running an ad somewhere on any one of those platforms, they want to know if that you see anything sketchy there. So we'll have this link at the end of the show in the chat so you could see it. And actually, I think I might be able to put it in there while we're talking. But being able to have the New York Times, I guess, have access to everybody else's brains. Is that a good idea? Do you think that's the way they should be able to find fakery out there? Is that what they should do, is source people like us who maybe are into looking into these things? If that's what you're comfortable with, that New York Times would treat it properly. I guess what I come down on it is that I'm glad that they're interested in those things, but I definitely want to see them pursue them from any side, not just one side or the other. So just so that you're aware, that is a thing. And again, I've put the link in the description there. Another thing, we've talked about deep fakes before. Deep fakes are where they've gotten computers to get better at putting people's faces into video that they were not in. So you might have, the way that we found this was celebrities being not photoshopped, but morphed into porn. And so you had celebrity faces with people's bodies that were in pornography, and they called that deep fakes because the system learns how to insert a person into a video, whether it's just their face or their whole body or whatever. And the technology is only getting better. And so this is the thing. This guy actually, according to this story in Texas, was hit up for money because someone edited him into a fake video, and he turned him in, and they arrested the person, Lucia Hernandez, apparently, and arrested her. So this is what you do if something like this happens. Obviously, you call the police, you say, look, I'm not in this video. Somebody's made a video about me. They're trying to ruin my reputation, whatever. You get the authorities involved, especially if they're like asking for, some kind of bribery about it. You pay us some hush money and this video goes away, right? But here's the thing. Too many people around issues of criminal justice are willing to believe that the accused person is guilty first and then ask questions later. And you could see this on the local level, you can see this on the national level. So I'm just saying this is something very sketchy that I think also needs to not just touch our skepticism on, these videos being, not believing what you see on video and making sure that that you're properly skeptical, but also our willingness to believe people are guilty of things. We should be very careful about believing what folks are saying, about a particular person or anything like that. Those kind of things can be dangerous, and people can have their reputations ruined for no reason, just because if folks decide to believe a rumor or, in this case, something that they're seeing with their own eyes that might not necessarily be true. So that's just something to think about there. And also today, Facebook is scanning your memes. Yes, so now this article on The Verge is talking about how to make some artificial intelligence that will look at the memes that are out there and decide if they are offensive, and go ahead and use that technology to tell them to remove it, that sort of thing. And so I just thought you should see this. There are ways that Facebook is trying to get ahead of things that are offensive and frustrating to people, and I get it, but it seems a little much to me that the technology won't be able to handle everything. All the stuff that's coming down, it's going to be a difficult thing for Facebook to decide maybe what is offensive. And I'm saying that because now I'm in kind of working in a field where I see some inherent bias in some people based on what they're doing, and I'm seeing it in this tangential field. And so when I come to Facebook, I'm much more likely to believe, yes, these platforms are struggling with a bias problem, and they may recognize it and they may not. But just so you know that Facebook can't personally, people can't necessarily scan all this content that we put out there, and so they're using machines to do it. But I'm not sure that the particular quality of that is going to be a good product. Yeah, Sarah asks a good question about New York Times. She wants to know what they are going to do with personal posts that are disinformation. I think they're going to be naming and shaming. I'm just going to tell you, given what they've done in the past, I think they're going to put those people on blast. I'm pretty sure about it. So let's go on. The next thing I wanted to show you is a new family of fakes that I've seen. Actually, just a second. I promised you Bob. I'm going to give you Bob. Not Bob. Alice. It's so confusing. Ted and Carol are around here somewhere, I'm sure. So let me open this up. This is fake Alice, and I've got to change the view so that you could see fake Alice. Give me 1 second. All right, let's see if you could see fake Alice. Here we are. Okay, we'll go to fake Alice. There you go. So this is fake Alice. Alice Stone, according to this. I took this screenshot because I thought it was really funny that we have Alice here, out of California, apparently, right? We're looking at Los Angeles, California, and Alice Stone is not looking at all like an Alice, right? And so I saw that particular photo, and that was kind of crazy. Now I'm going to show you Bob, when I can get the screen to go back right for Bob. Bob, did it get it? Yeah, I think it did. So Bob, this is our coffee shop grandpa example of a faker, and we're going to go into all these different classifications that I'm kind of discovering around fakers soon. But here's Bob. Bob has got this really coffee and beer kind of, at the bar, at the coffee shop, diner, or whatever picture here. Flag, the Statue of Liberty, and then we've got all this down here that's probably in Urdu or something. And come to find out, I had taken this screenshot of Bob, and then it changed. Bob's picture changed to something else, and then soon afterwards, Bob was gone. So I'm just going to say, Bob has had a problem with sticking around, and Bob couldn't convince Facebook that he was legit, so Bob got the axe. That's what we're looking at now. So now that I've shown you Bob and I've shown you Alice, I want to show you this. This is something that I saw coming through in one group. I saw this same thing in one particular group, almost one after the other. This is two posts by two different people, Brandy and Madeline, and they posted at the same time, and they both used the same typo. They meant to say curse, and they put cruise instead. And they shared the same article from conservativefamilynews.co, and it's about Maxine Waters falling down the steps. So that's a kind of a sign that if you're looking in these groups and you see multiple posts like this, it's a sign there's some fakers about. Both of these profiles turned out to be extremely fake, and they're not there anymore, I don't think. Let me double check that. But I think they are gone. When I was looking, that was conservative. Let's see, Conservative Family News, Madeline. Let's see if Madeline is there. Madeline was one of them. And Madeline's gone, that's right. So we can mark Madeline out. And the other one was Brandy. Let's look at Brandy. I started posting these when I found them on a regular basis. Brandy's gone too. When I found them like this, I started posting them on my Facebook page because I think Facebook monitors that. Instead of coming here to monitor my spreadsheets, they monitor my page or something. So when I put something publicly out there, Facebook's probably seen it and starts to do something about it. But if I leave it alone and I don't post it to show people, then it just stays up. So that's great. Here's Florida News Press. Now let me show you what that looks like. This is the way it looks. Here's the front page. It's got a menu over here, and it's got the headline here, and then it just looks like this. Just different pictures and headlines next to them. These are almost all ones we've seen other places. Then I found Georgia Daily. What is so interesting is these are the exact same template. The two are identical, and it's different stories a little bit here, same themes, but it's pretty much the same template run by the same people. And I also know that because Florida News is Daoud, and when I look at Daoud, this is Muhammad Daoud 902 is the link here, and this is what he looks like, and he is telling you he is from Pakistan. That's who shared that content when I found it. When I look down at Georgia Daily, I've got these: Amjad, Nina, Sally, and Malik. And when I started looking at those guys, Ahmad, I guess you would say it, Ahmad, gone. Ahmad's profile shut down. So we can mark out Ahmad here and here. See, he was also posting in Georgia Daily, which looks like this. This is a different template, but we've seen it before a whole bunch of times. And so I tied him from Georgia Daily here to Georgia Daily Post, and I'll tell you why I think that worked that way in a minute. Here we have Nina. Nina was sharing it. Nina is gone, and Nina also had a different name on the URL. It's like Sakib. Sally Parado, the second, because I've already taken down a Sally Parado. Sally's gone too. So Sally was sharing it. Facebook is moving really quickly on this particular page, this particular set of pages. And then Malik is gone as well. So just so you know, as soon, the week that those two sites came up looking like that, they got taken down. Almost every profile. The only one I haven't seen come down is Daoud yet. They just may not have got to him. But what was interesting too is Nevada Post. Now remember, this is the particular template we've seen before. This one used to look like this, and they changed it because I had them color coded to match the ones that these had. But then they changed back to this template here for Nevada Post, and Utah Daily also looked like this, but then they changed it to this older one that they had. So these are brand new posts. It was September 16th down here on this page, but they changed the image. Here's September 18th, that's today. Those guys all shared by the same fakers. When I go down and look at Maryland Daily, I can see here's one guy that shared it, kept the very Indian looking name, gone. He is out of there. We can mark him off. And he was from India. And then we have Vemaretti. Let's see if this one lasted. Nope, he's gone too. So this is, I think Facebook is getting a little faster, but it's only that they're getting faster when it comes to the Indian and Pakistani accounts. And I'm not sure why. Let's keep looking through this real quick before we move on. And we found one that's still out there. Muhammad Shahzad Akhtar, Badshah Boy. I don't even know what that is. Pakistan. And he's sharing content from Maryland Daily into groups that support Donald Trump. Here's the next guy. He's gone. Ibrar is gone. And Amir. That sounds kind of like Malik. I bet he's gone too. Yep. Amir is gone. And Malik Shah. That's a different Malik. Gone. All right. This is kind of exciting to see them pulling these down. Norma. That's a nice normal. Oh, gone. Yep, she couldn't hide behind that name. And then Alice. We just saw Alice. Let's see if Alice is still out there. Alice is still a viable profile, even though lives in Los Angeles, California, supposedly. So if you were curious, I will give you Alice's particular URL. It's alice.stone.234. And you can look that one up. But that guy is out of India. I've run the profile. And I'm not going to go and look at the other Utah Daily down here, except to say those two profiles that we saw sharing, we've seen that they've been gone from sharing the other content. And when I get down here, of course, it would help if I remembered how to spell Utah, because it's here, Summers. Utah Daily. Adil Khan is another one. Gone. And Burhan Zaidi. Let's see, did those two make it? Nope. Both of those are gone. So that's great. It looks like that family at least is having a hard time keeping their profiles up, their pages up. And I'm okay with that. I will tell you that Filipino accounts are back at it too, even though they had a massive takedown last month. They're back and they're growing again. So it's something to keep track of all these guys. But at least, again, it's very nice to see that those are a little bit more watched over by Facebook maybe. And to that point, I started a series this past month at Little Bites News, and this is the fourth one that it was out this week. I'm going to put this in the chat as well. This is where I'm teaching people how to spot fakes in foreign groups, things like that. So if you have been at all curious about how I'm doing what I'm doing, how it works, how you can get better at spotting fakes, how you can maybe join the movement to actually get Facebook cleared up of some of these, I'm showing how this happens. This is what they do. You have fakers who want to try to tag American issues that will pull Americans in. And so they do bait like this in their stories. They write fake stories. They steal fake stories from somebody else. And then they'll, like here, they've stolen one. This guy stole this post and put it on Phoenix Post, but he stole it from America's Last Line of Defense. We've talked about those guys before, Christopher Blair and all them. And then they'll reproduce them over several sites. Remember, this is that format we've seen just a minute ago. They did Maryland Daily, Phoenix Post, Charlotte Post, Colorado Post. Same story about Judge Pirro and Michelle Obama. And then they will go and post this stuff into Trump-related groups. And it'll look, sometimes when you hover over the name of these guys, you'll see where they come from on their profile snapshot. If not, sometimes you could see it on their profile itself. So I put the link there. You can read the whole thing for yourself. But most interestingly, you can go to any one of these pages, these groups that I've listed down here, and search for some trolls yourself. You can find some fakes and some foreign profiles. All you have to do, if you're going to take part in this exercise, go to one of these groups, or preferably all of these groups, and just spend 10 or 15 minutes looking at the names and hovering over them to see if you see this kind of thing, showing you that these guys are from other countries. Honestly, telling you that they're from other countries, sharing content into American groups. People don't notice this, and so I want to keep pointing it out, because I think it's important for people to see how this looks when fakers are at them, when they are targeted by them. So now, having gone through all those things, I want to talk about Facebook's new disclosure policy. According to Facebook, the ad restrictions that they had made sure that people had to register their pages if they were going to run ads. That was one part of this. But also, what Facebook has decided to do, and I'm interested in this, is start showing the countries of origin of the managers of Facebook pages. Now, this sounds wonderful because you could see where a page comes from, who's typically running it, from what part of the world. Or at least it would give you some leads to go on. You could narrow down the searches to, what part of the world a particular page is being run from. And this is important because a lot of pages are out there spamming groups with content from Macedonia, from India, from Kosovo, all over the place. Typically what I find is pages are run by Macedonians, or in that region, Eastern Europeans, and they also run some groups. Sometimes they run whole groups where they've built up a community where they can spam people with this stuff. And it seems kind of harmless, but what I want you to see is how to check what a particular page looks like, how to check where they come from, where to see it, what that alert looks like. So we're going to do that with a few sites that I know of, a few pages that I know of. We're going to start with Smarter Every Day. This is one of my favorite YouTube channels. I haven't watched it in a while, but I love Destin. He's funny and he's smart. And if I go down here to Info and Ads and I click that, this is what I get. If Smarter Every Day's page is running ads, this will show me where. And if there are moderators, people who manage the page, right here under page information, it will show me. If there are particular, what is it here, like name changes or anything, it'll tell you, and it'll also tell you how old the page is. This page goes back to 2011, has always had this name. Destin's a great follow if you want to check out that page. It's super. Then there's one called Waggle. We'll take a look at Waggle. We're just going to do this for several pages that are kind of familiar. And We'll go down again to info and ads at the bottom of the little menu here on the left. And sometimes it pops up an annoying chat box, but you can minimize that. It should populate. Come on. There we go. Let's go. Let's go. Is it going to show? There it is. All right. So Waggle. Waggle has an ad going on. It's going to show you that ad. At least one ad. Here's some more. And then over here, page created back in 2011. Previous names of it. Waggle TV, Cute Animals. There are 22 U.S. managers, 1 Australian, 1 Israeli. Makes sense. You might have somebody who's working as a team who might have moved or might have been recruited to the team based on their ability to reach those places. Nothing nefarious about this. Nothing at all. So I love that they show this. Living Fi. Now this was an interesting one too. Living Fi, when they tell you what this is about, it's just your time well wasted, and it's great. It's got 130,000 people. Let's click on info. Managed out of Lithuania. I'm just going to pause on that right there. Managed out of Lithuania. If you know where Lithuania is, that's kind of interesting. I don't see anything nefarious about it necessarily, but it's good to know that this page is run from Eastern Europe. Now, the Federalist. I know the Federalist. I know people who write for the Federalist. The Federalist is another interesting page. Conservative thought and commentary, things like that. They've got a nice American flag, got a nice eagle. I mean, these are all American symbols. 69,000 followers, 9 managers from the United States. That's what I would expect from a legitimate US-based, US-themed page. That's what I'm looking at. All right. Keep going down the list. Higher Perspective. That's one of those inspirational pages, I'm pretty sure. Interestingly, 8 million people like this page. That is a huge reach. It's suggested that it's a society and culture website, so that's great. The info and ads comes up, United States 25, Bulgaria 1, India 1. That's not unusual. Again, we saw that with Israel and Australia before. A whole bunch of people in the U.S. suspect it's very likely U.S. run. Chop Secrets, which is a great name for a page. I love this. When we click on the info and ads from Chop Secrets, we'll find out who's behind them. It is the United States 8, Philippines 1, Romania 1. Isn't that interesting? Again, not out of balance. Maybe people are taking part in a broader effort from across different places. There might be food, real interesting food sectors in those countries. I don't know. I'm not suspicious of that necessarily. Mental floss. We're going to look at mental floss. And I'm going through some that you may know or some that are similar to sites that you may know or pages that you may know. 2 million here. Info and ads. Click that. And over here, United States 33, Israel 21, Germany 13. Makes sense to me. It seems like it's a broad international effort to do that. They might be using a lot of those moderators to build out other pages. Don't know. But again, it doesn't seem out of balance very much. Crazimals. I'm sure you've probably seen this one rolling through your feed. Crazimals. I know I've seen several videos like that. 2.5 million people. God, can you imagine what you could do with that reach if Unfakery had that many followers? United States 21, France 1, Israel 1. Again, not out of balance at all. That seems very normal. Hoax Slayer. This is one of the groups I follow. They've got a pretty big following in terms of debunking things. Not the kind of following Snopes has, but it's still a pretty good one. 228,000 particular follows. That's beautiful. And, oh, that's not where I wanted to go. Hoax Slayer, info and ads. There we are. And we go here, Australia 3, US 1. So Hoax Slayer seems to be centered in Australia. Again, nothing unusual there. There's nothing there where they're trying to pretend that they are US based. Let's look at one of my favorite bands from the 80s. I adored these guys, Duran Duran. So Duran Duran has 2.6 million people. United States, UK, and Canada. Again, makes perfect sense. Sarah, I'm going to get that page and we were going to look at that in just a minute. I don't know if I have it on my list. All right. Vice. Vice is a online news. Why is it saying shows by Vice? Oh, because it's still building the page. Okay. So Vice, go down and check their info and ads. It'll tell us a little bit about them. United States, 81. That's a lot of people with access to this page. UK, 22. And Canada, it said, where did it go? Why did it do that? I hate that. Anybody who's making sticky videos like that needs to stop. Canada, 13. There we go. Canada is 13. That's not out of whack. This is all English based. Vice goes all over the world, but they manage their pages out of England and the US. And BuzzFeed News. Let's look at BuzzFeed News before we go on. In BuzzFeed News, oh, this again. Why does it do this? I don't want to scroll that. I want to scroll this on the side. There we go. All right. 131 in the United States, 8 in the UK, and 1 in Canada. Again, same thing as Vice, news centered in the US. Now, Sarah has got a link that I'm going to look at here. Where is it? I've got a Native American Sense. We're going to pull that page over to the window that will show. There we go. Let's see if that pulled up proper. Yes, it did. 28,000 view or likes on this page. Oh, don't show me the window. If I hit info and ads though, it's not going to show me who's behind this page. It's only got 28,000. So I can see though that their names had changed. Sarah pointed this out. It was Native Americans Funny, and then Native, I have no idea what that was, Funny. And then this is what happens, that people run these from different places. Oh, Sarah's got another link. Let's see if we can pull that one in. The fake native page from Vietnam. That's intriguing. All right, so we will try to pull that into our view as it populates, hopefully. We're going to get a lesson here if this page ever populates. All right, so Native Legend, I'm going to have to add these to my spreadsheet for watching. 36,000 people. And if I'm looking, it tells me 5 from Vietnam. Sarah has been tracking fakers from Vietnam for a long time. Page history. These are the names. Native Legend, Native Number 1, Native Unique, Native No 1, Native Unique. I don't see anything with that other first name of the page there, Sarah, but yeah, this is Stand with Standing Rock. All these particular names it's changed to, out of Vietnam. That's kind of interesting, wouldn't you say? And it's only got 30,000. I'm having trouble getting some of these checked and shown. Let's look through this other list that I've picked up from my spreadsheets. Animal lovers. Why would I need to know where animal pages come from? Because you don't know. You don't know who's serving you that information. As Sarah's just proven from looking at that other page, they'll change the name. They'll change the name to something else and people won't notice because they don't monitor their pages that they like. Do you? I just went through today and unliked a bunch of stuff because I was looking through my likes to find something. I don't keep track of that. I wouldn't notice if these pages change names. And that's why sometimes maybe you think, I didn't like this page. Well, you did when it was called something else. Here's Animal Lovers, 70,000 something. And no information about the page except that it was created August 14th. Now, August 14th is just a month ago. And look, 78,000 people like this page. That's unreal. They have spammed some serious amounts all over the place. And I'm sitting at 1,600 at Unfakery. It's such a shame. So, Love of Animals. Let's see about that one. Love of Animals. When I hit up, and I am so sorry, my computer is loading these pages so slowly. It's got 193,000 likes on it. And if I look at Love of Animals, it's going to tell me one person is running it out of Kosovo. It is 100,000 and it's from May 31st. So just since the beginning of summer, they have that many people that love that page because animals. Everyone loves animals. People will like the page, not even give it a second thought. Animals have soul. Let's see how big this one got to. All right. Animals have souls. I have seen it in their eyes. Okay. I mean, look, I love animals. 292,000 likes. I am in the wrong business. I should start Unfakery, change the name, make it all about animals, get about 200,000 likes, and then turn it back into Unfakery. This page, out of India, and it's only a year old and has that many likes. It's insane. Animals are best friends. This is the second Animals are best friends because the first one got taken down. Your best friend doesn't always have to be human. Then notice this. You have no right to hurt me. That'll come up again. 177,000 likes on this one. It actually has a phone number associated with it, but there are no names of any countries here. And it's just since the beginning of June, and we have that many. Now, again, remember this picture. You have no right to hurt me. Because I'm going to go down. Yeah, I think you'll see it down there. Eagle Spirit. Let's look at that one. Let's see. Info and ads. 118,000 likes for Eagle Spirit, but no page information. That's not right. Facebook is very inconsistent in which ones they're going to show you and which ones they're not. And again, we're starting with animals for a reason, and we'll talk about that. Animals World. Here we have Animals World, info and ads. If we click on that, we get Kosovo and Serbia. And this one goes back to April 2017. They haven't changed their name, but it's run out of Kosovo and Serbia. That would be interesting. Why would they need to do that? I don't know. Canine Dogs Officer. This one I'm seeing everywhere in these particular pages. Canine Dogs Officer, they're just so cute. Oh, police dogs, they're so adorable. Where is this one from? You don't know. They had a previous name, Police Officer US, and it was created at the end of May, just like some of these other ones. But it's not telling you where it is, even with almost 100,000 followers. And Canine Dogs Officer is related to all these law enforcement and police pages and military pages. So I'm very suspicious that that is overseas, and I'll tell you why too. If you look at my spreadsheet down here where I have what these pages are, and look down at my police section up here, and we see Canine Dog Officer right there. These are the names that have been sharing it. And I mean sharing it anytime I see it, those are the names. And they're so Serbia and Kosovo. That's where I've located those people to be in those places. So yeah, that's it would be helpful to be able to show people that Canine Dogs Officers, Serbia and Kosovo. Let's see. I love animals. This is another massive page that has been out there for quite a while. Let's see. Info and ads. That's a cute pupper. That's a cute pupper. Here we go. Previously named Like If You Love Native American and We Love Animals, and it's run out of Kosovo. That's interesting. So this, again, when I'm looking at I Love Animals, let's go back to my page and look down there and see where they come from. See, where you see these were marked out, those are the ones that Facebook has taken down. They've started to take down a few of them. But I Love Animals, right here, these two, this one has already been taken down, but let's see where they're from. Albania and Kosovo check-ins. They check in places in Kosovo and they comment in Albanian. So yeah, this is definitely not American activity from I Love Animals. We'll try Animals Are Wonderful. I'll look at that one. I haven't seen if any of these guys have a tie-in group about their animal stuff yet, Sarah. I've been concentrating on those political groups, and they don't necessarily share animal pages. Here's Animals Are Wonderful. How many did it have? There's no information here at all. And it was started in the middle of June, or the end of June, so just July and August and half of September to get to 166,000 likes. And I know Animals Are Wonderful is another one of those pages that are based out of that region. These are the people who've been sharing it. One of them's already been removed. And again, checked into Kosovo, Albanian comments in the photos that I've seen. This is what goes on. Last animal one. Like page if you love animals. Let's see. When we like page if you love animals, we're going to see... Oh. No, I guess not. I thought there was something else that was going to show up there. Info and ads. When we look there, Kosovo. Again, just since May, all those likes, 124,000 just since May. And it's all based on people in Kosovo mining follows in groups that are Trump related. It's just, this is how it's been done. Wait, where did my page go there? All right, so let's look at some of these other pages that might be a little bit more tied to the political realm. Sarah Sanders fans, right? You would see a lot of Sarah Sanders pages running around. And this one was originally called Sarah Sanders, not Sarah Sanders fans. They had to add that because, and again, we'll go back to my page where I track all of this stuff, and we look up here at the celebrity stuff. They've taken down Judge Jeanine pages. They've got 2 Judge Jeanine Fox News pages. In fact, let's take a real quick look and see if that second one's pulled down yet. Nope, it's still up there. All right, so Sean Hannity Fox News, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, 2 different pages for that. And then there's 2 different pages down here. One of them says fans now, but it didn't before. And this Sarah Huckabee Sanders supporters page is left up because now it says supporters as well. Where are all those pages from? Specifically, Sarah Sanders fans. Where is it from? The guy that shared it, or the person that shared it, went to Serbian high school. Other people that are sharing it, Bosnian videos, Albanian comments, Serbian high school. Again, the same person finally got taken down this week. Yeah, so that's somebody out of that region, Macedonia region. And on the Sarah Sanders fans page, 78,000 people like it. We figured the threshold was somewhere about 58,000. But here's previously named Sarah Sanders instead of Sarah Sanders fans. Austria, 2 in the US, and 1 in Bosnia. So that's interesting. I don't know why people in Austria or Bosnia would be concerned about Sarah Sanders. And, who knows? Maybe they wrote people in the US that are in their family or extended family or something like that to join them. But yeah, Sarah Sanders fans, it would be interesting for people to know that that's run out of those places. Police law defenders. These names, they make me crazy. Hi, JD, by the way. Let's see. Police law defenders. His life matters. We're pulling this straight up into the political realm with anything life matters. Things like that. Police law defenders. Are they defenders of the law or defenders of people? I mean, you can get into all kind of conversation about that. But here we have 62,000 likes on this one. When we hit info and ads, we find out police law defenders, presumably an American law enforcement and military supporting page, is from Kosovo and Serbia. Do you think people would be interested to know that? I think they would. And I'll talk more about that in a minute. Support police officers. Another one, seemingly, United States centric, something like that. You're our hero. We love you. The blue badge there, blue tape or black tape on blue badge. I don't remember how it goes, but anyway, thin blue line, something like that. This page used to be named Support America. They moved it to Support Police Officers, and created on October 10th, just a year ago, and it's from Kosovo. Let's look at this page history. Nope. Created to Support America, changed the name to Support Police Officers. That's it. And how many likes? 40,000. So that threshold may be a little lower for some. I'm liking that these are showing up. These particular ones are showing up with that data there. But it's not the best yet. Here's U.S. Police News. And when we scroll, 118,000 likes on this page. Serbia, Kosovo. I'm just saying, people don't know that this is a feature, and even if they did, it's hard to find because you have to click around and look for it. Unless you know to look there, you won't look there. 97,000 on Police Symbol of Law. Another very awkward page name, Kosovo, Serbia. Now, that's really a whole bunch that I've been tracking, the only ones that I could find that had some information on it. But look at these pages I have. Animals World, 68 likes that I counted today. Awesome Animals, 336. Proud to be American, 346. My Amazing America, 6. 6 likes there. News and Media, 430. Republican, 793. I remember when Republican had 12 likes. Look how fast. The Conservative News, 969. Cops Activity, 552. I've started tracking these baby pages so you could see. Police Officers, 509. Police Officers, a different one, 227. Police US, 18. Support US Police, 228. Awesome Animals, 342. Now, every one of these is a brand new baby fake page under 1,000 likes. This is where that information would be useful. I would like to see when I go to Animals World and look through here and see info and ads. Even though there's only 90 people that like it, I would like to see that has a history with other names, like here, previously called Amazing Animals World. But I can't see who is running it, and that would help me a lot in putting down some of these baby pages. if they admitted it. Here's proud to be an American, 346 likes. That's pretty small. It's still the kind of fake page you can drown in the bathtub at this stage. So when it populates and we look, we're going to find there's no information there because the page is too small according to the Facebook metric that runs this. All it tells you, it was created September 4th. That's it. And they've already got hundreds of likes. I'm so disgusted at that. I have fought very hard for every one of the 1,600 and some odd likes that we have. My Amazing America, 6. We could have put this thing down and put it to sleep right away. And it's, you know, it's a pretty page. There's just nothing on it yet. But there's nothing there except previously named Amazing America. And I think another Amazing America page got killed not too long ago. Republican, 793 likes. People will like it because it says Republican on it. They don't know that that's not legitimate. It looks legitimate enough if you don't look at the number of likes. 798. And when I hit info and ads, it would be hugely useful to me to be able to show that this page has been shared around by fakers out of Kosovo or something. And when we go back to my spreadsheet again and we look through the section that's Americana here, we'll find Republican and we'll see who shared it. When we look, it's someone from Romania. Do you think people would be interested to know that the guy sharing this page and trying to push it out there is from Romania? I think that maybe it would cast a little doubt on the credibility of that. So yeah, that's not necessarily Facebook helping with this feature. Conservative news, cops activity, police officers. Let's look at this one. I just want to show people how this feature works and to teach them to use it, but it only really helps if all these pages have that brand down there. And I'm frustrated that so many new fake baby pages like this are run out of places like that and nobody's seeing it. So support U.S. police looks like this. And is it going to show? Yep, Blue Lives Matter. So again, getting political. Here's a phone number. I don't know where that is. 469. We'll have to look that up. Created July 21st. But there's no hint of who's running it, where it's running out of. Awesome animals. Again, this is, it's a great idea as a feature, but Facebook isn't really implementing it in places where it would be useful. By the time a page has 300 or 400 likes, something like that, nobody is questioning its legitimate, or 300 or 400,000, likes. Nobody's questioning whether it's a legitimate page or not. And maybe they should be. I'd like to find some pages that are from overseas at that stage, at those small levels, be able to be exposed, to be shown to be from Romania, from Kosovo, from Macedonia, from Serbia, wherever. We even found some from India. But that's the thing, is you have some, I don't know, I guess we keep hearing about how people on the right have sort of this xenophobia. They're afraid of or distrustful of foreigners, and people from, whether they live here now or whether they were just whether they've are still overseas or whether they've lived here for a while as immigrants. People on the right have a reputation in the media and in general political thinking of being xenophobic, and they don't like other people, that sort of thing. But what I'm finding in these groups is people in Trump-related groups will take information from absolutely uncredible, with zero credibility, sources from anywhere in the world. So I don't necessarily see the xenophobia playing out in these groups. They're not even looking up when somebody's name is Malik, sharing them content. They don't care. They're going to share it if it agrees with them. So, I mean, maybe that's just part of the people's confirmation bias experience going on. I don't know. But at any rate, you don't see a lot of people questioning that Vishnu Siddhar is sharing information with them, or other people with Lenid Pernicki, names like that. You don't see them react negatively to the names. So it's telling me they're probably not seeing the names. They're probably not seeing where the countries of origin are. And that's a thing that we need to think about, is how people interact with this information when they see it in these groups. Because it starts getting spread, and hundreds of shares, some of it, and it's crazy. But nobody's questioning it. By the time it gets planted in those groups, it's off. It's taken on this kudzu quality of just kind of reproducing everywhere it goes. And people have not gone back to see the original and where it comes from and who might have planted it there. So that was what I wanted to show you today. There might be a bonus troll hunt later this week, one of the other nights on my regular channel, just to make sure that more people know about the live troll hunting. That one might just be fishing expedition, going in and see live what we can find, without prepping, without having anything set up. Just go dive into one of those groups and look at it. Also, I have, again, talked about that series at Little Bites News. My latest article is a very deep dive into how to use StockScan to show people that somebody's fake, to use StockScan to check out fake profiles, things like that. And why can I not type? But being able to go through each of the features here, each section, the profile section, tags, comments, and then likes and places and interests and things like that, looking through all of those sections one at a time through one profile. And then there's a quiz. I have 9 maybe fake, maybe not profiles for people to look through and tell me how many are fake. So it's going to be a great exercise for people who want to practice with StockScan and get a feel of how the different features work, and kick the tires a little bit and do a test run and tell which of those profiles happens to be fake. And so it'll be sort of a mini troll hunt on their own. That should hit Little Bites News this week. It'll be shared on the Unfakery page. Also, make sure that you are sharing the stuff that we put out. It helps so much. The things that we're sharing, people are seeing. And we actually, interestingly, got comments from a woman who ran across our content on YouTube. Actually, what had happened is a friend of hers shared something that was fake, and she looked into it by searching it, and Google pulled up one of our videos, and the very same post that the person had shared about this whatever fakery it was, she didn't tell me what it was, but the very same post that her friend had shared was the one I had stamped with fake and put up as a video. So then she started checking us out. She liked the page. She sent her daughter the page. This is one by one how we manage to reach people, and it helps by you helping us boost the content so that more people can see it in searches. That is how we're going to be able to build a little bit more of a solid base to the people that we've currently reached. Most of the people that I know that like Unfakery are not the people who need Unfakery. And so I need the people who like Unfakery to share with the people who don't yet like Unfakery. They're the target. It's not my audience here that gets it and that worries about fakes and is concerned about getting things right. It's people who don't know they need unfakery. I got a little frustrated yesterday with one of the things that I had debunked earlier in the year. It was Obama talking about people were too small-minded to run their own affairs, and it was a doctored video, and I show that into my video on YouTube, and I sent that around in the various places that I saw it, and told people, here's where you can find the truth. And the guy who had originally posted it, and it was a carryover from 2 years ago, found that post and posted it again, contacted me and told me he pulled it down. He appreciated that I was trying to get the truth out there, and he made sure he removed it. And it's a small thing. It's a small difference, but we made a difference this week. We did. We helped people this week to discern the truth from fiction. We made it possible for people to share with their friends that might not have realized something was fake, a good, credible source where they could see for themselves, not necessarily referring to Snopes, not necessarily using debunkers, although we have some that we love, but just showing people how to look critically at the information and know that it was fake. And we did that. And you helped us do that by spreading the word and boosting our signal enough to where they saw it. So continue to do that, please, and help us do that. I am so pleased that the work that we're doing is making a difference. And I can't thank you enough for that. Next week on Live Troll Hunt, I think what we are going to do is feature the pages that we liked as unfakery. May change depending on events for the next week, but I think it would be good to talk about and feature all the partners that we've got, or all the people that we've loved and learned about in the fakery business. I kind of want to see a community form around that where everybody's sharing information, referring each other to each other. It's something I really believe in, always have. And I think we're going to spend next week boosting signals for everybody else, because there are so many good organizations and groups and individuals out there really trying to get this right. So thanks for joining today. I appreciate you guys coming along as always. Share the video and spread the word, and thank you so much.